Welcome back to Love is Black podcast. I'm Carice.
I'm Harvey.
And we are super excited because it is a bomb episode.
Bomb. I like how you'll see what that means in a minute when I explain.
Dropping bombs. Where's DJ Clue when you need him?
Oh, just killing a song right when the hotness comes, right? That's
the point of the bomb. It's like, boom,
yeah,
this part right here. Listen.
No, he did that right when the song was about to, then it was bumping like, oh no. Then it was always the wrong time.
Okay.
Always.
I don't know. I thought it was cool.
Did you?
Yeah.
Terrible.
DJ Clue, what's that Funk Flex? That's Funk Flex.
Funk Flex?
Somebody was dropping bombs.
Yeah, dropping bombs.
We sound terrible.
Yeah,
because we don't even know who we're talking about.
Nah, it's been so long. Like the real run of the DJ is not. It's not. It's not there anymore. It is what it is.
Oh,
but
All right. Well, I'm excited because we do have a great guest today. Mm-hmm. Our guest is talking about a very interesting subject that might relate to somebody that you know or experience you may have, or you might even relate it as I do a little later in the episode. Try to guess which celebrity couple we think that this sounds like.
Mm-hmm. Who do we have this week?
Boom, boom, Mara Hall.
Mara Hall. You know I enjoy a good bio. Mara Hall is best known for her co-star roles in Scandal, The Resident, and The Quad. Supporting role in Hilbilly Elegy, lead role in the comedic film A Taste of Christmas, and her role as Nurse Kathleen on the award-winning ABC series Grey's Anatomy. Say word.
Okay. Word.
Mara guest starred in many episodes of Bounce TV's popular series Saints and Sinners. Mara joined the cast of the Oprah Winfrey Network and Will Packer production series Ambitions as series regular DARCIA Lancaster, the cousin you love to hate. I know one of them. Okay.
I don't.
No.
I love all my cousins.
Good for you.
Love them, not love to hate them.
Okay. Mara made her national TV debut on the hit show Dance Yo Ass Off as one of the contestants on Oxygen's reality dance / weight loss competition series.
Yes.
Right. And she's on with us talking about her book, Love Bombing: How to Avoid Narcissists, Scammers, and Unlock the Treasures of Self-Love.
So don't miss this one, y'all. You're going to love this interview and see if you guess the celebrity couple. Welcome, Mara Hall to the Love is Black podcast. We are so excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
What? Well, let's get into it. We talked about you, mentioned your bio a little bit, but Love Bombing, the book. Crack that open. Tell us about that.
What does that mean?
What do we get when we open?
So, Love Bombing, the book, is a self-help novel on narcissism meets 50 Shades of Grey meets Zayn Sex Chronicles.
Love it.
Yes.
All right.
And with that, it's just basically telling all the signs of when I was dealing with a narcissist and how they literally destroyed my life for like a year, 2 years. And just all of the signs that happens with narcissism and with love bombing, mainly love bombing, because that was the biggest thing that happened. And that's when someone inundates you with affection and tells you the best thing since sliced bread. And just, it's all lies just to get control over you. And that's what happened to me. And I wrote about it, and it started off as just like something that was therapeutic for me, just telling my story and writing about it. And then it became, well, maybe if I write about it and I, add some more things, I can help someone else out. And so it really became me turning my pain into purpose.
I love that. I would assume that in the experience and maybe even in the book, you may go through how to really determine if somebody you're with is a narcissist.
Yes.
Are there a couple of like steps or hints or whatever you can give us about how we can find that?
Absolutely. At the end of the book, I do like a narcissist help guide, like where it explains everything about narcissism, all of the signs, what to look for. And then in the book, when I'm going through, or the character, not me, Heather, is going through all of the emotions and all of everything that's happening, it points out the different narcissistic characteristic traits and when the person was doing all of those bad things to her, so that you are equipped and you know what you need to look out for on the other end of that.
That's gotta be incredibly important. I would have figured too that maybe in some ways, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, that there's also some accountability or self-reflection too. Like if you're accepting a narcissist into your world, there's got to be something that needed to be fixed within you. That way you're not attracting that kind of person and or attention.
You know, that is true, but at the same time, narcissists know how to prey on your weaknesses and they hone in on that immediately. So for me, it was a global pandemic. I was going through a divorce. I'm a single mom. He honed in on all of those factors. So all of his positive characteristics were a reflection of what I wanted or what I needed at the time. Okay. But after that, it's something different, because when you go in and your sole purpose is to get control over somebody so that you can use them for your own narcissistic supply, because narcissists at the end of the day are soulless individuals that don't have any moral fiber, any character. So they're literally playing a manipulation game on you so that they get control over you to use you for whatever it is they need. If it's like physical, if it's emotional, whatever you have, they don't have, because they're empty on the inside. So yes, there's a part of you that they hone in on, or your weaknesses, but another part of it is just manipulation, truly manipulate. And they not point out, but they seek out people that they feel they could use. And you know, people that are victims of narcissistic abuse are not weak people. We're empathic because we're loyal. They know that we're ride or die. And we are the type of people that they attract. But most victims are not weak at all. Because I'm not weak. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. Literally, like just hit me in the face, just slap me, slap me like a couple of times. So
I was going to ask you about that. When you are in a relationship, when you're in a situation like that, where you're getting love bombed, where you're getting all this thrown at you, do you understand it? Do you get it? Or are you just in this mirage of like, wow, this person loves me, knows everything I like, knows everything about me? Are you experiencing it, kind of knowing what's happening, but just loving it anyway?
No, this was the first time that this has ever happened to me. So I didn't know what was going on. When he's saying, "Oh, you're the best thing since sliced bread," and I'm paraphrasing, I'm like, I am. I'm amazing. Like, of course he likes me and he wants to talk to me all day because I am amazing. Oh my goodness, somebody finally gets it, you know. So no, I didn't know what was going on. I just was like, oh, this is great. This person really, really likes me, and I like him, and the feelings are mutual. But it was all a facade and a mirage, a lie.
Is there a certain timeline in which a lot of that shifted? Like, do you know the point in which you really realized that you were being love bombed?
I didn't realize I was being love bombed until after the relationship was over.
Got it.
Yeah, because actually one of my friends, she was like looking stuff up, because we didn't know what we thought that he was a narcissist. I thought he was bipolar, but I didn't know what a narcissist was. I never had any experiences with any narcissist, or that I thought, so I didn't know the definitions. And as we started doing research, one of my friends said, "Mara, I think this person is love bombing you." And when I looked it up, I was like, oh my God, this is what they did. And then that took me down a whole rabbit hole of researching what narcissism was and what narcissists do, and all the characteristics, all the traits, all of the signs. And I was like, OMG, this is what happened. So I didn't know until, and then I didn't know until after. But then after we broke up, he continued to love bomb me and ghost and gaslight and just kept doing it over and over again while he had other people that he was talking to. And that's when the real vicious cycle begins, because you're trying to step away from said person, but they won't let you go because they're still trying to use you for whatever narcissistic supply they can get from you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really deep. And when I was going through it, I didn't know how to get out of it. I was like stuck. Like my friends, my family would say, Mara, no, you got to jump out of it. It was like I was possessed, almost. Not almost. It was like I was possessed. Counseling, praying, therapy, the whole 9 yards, did all of it, and none of it worked. It was like I was stuck in a dark, deep hole.
How long did this relationship go on for? How long were you stuck there?
So the relationship itself, and just even before I answer that question, you asked me, when did I know, and what were the red flags? So the red flags were the beginning, because we were like dating, talking for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and it was moving fast. Like, I'm on the phone with you all day. I'm talking to you all day. I'm going to the doctor. You're on the phone. I'm texting. You're texting all day. You're calling me in the morning. Good morning, beautiful. You're calling me all through the day, talking to me all the day. FaceTime, just a lot. You're the best thing. I love you. You're great. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. All of this was moving very, very fast, with like in a week, 2 weeks time. And some of my friends were saying, Mara, I think this is moving too fast. You're especially when he came to visit me within a month of us dating, and stayed there. But that was really to solidify and to lock me in even more so. Once you consummate the relationship, you have sex, it's over. And it was. So very, very fast, very quick. Like the whole relationship was only 2 months long.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what,
but a lot happened in those 2 months.
A lot happened in those 2 months. And from the time that we broke up or whatever, it kept going. The narcissistic dimension of whatever he was doing kept going for 2 years later.
2 years. Oh my. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So 2 months, a whole lot in that 2 months. And I don't want to go too far past all of this, but just hearing you talk about it, how did that affect you in terms of finding love and appreciating like a better relationship or a good one
going forward?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm still affected by what happened, the aftermath of that, because what happened for me is that the relationship with him opened me up sexually. Okay, where before I met him, I thought I would never engage in sexual activities ever again. If I didn't have sex ever again in my life, I was okay, because I was going through a divorce and libido very low. And this person opened all of that up to the point where I went from 0 to 100 real quick. Where it's two totally ends of the spectrum, where nothing, and now I'm full engaged in activities, want to do activities all the time. And with that, once that person left, it's like I still want to have these activities, but I don't have a boyfriend and I don't have a relationship. So that whole dynamic is going to be discussed in book number 2. Where it just takes you down a rabbit hole of trying to get to that euphoric feeling that you felt with this person sexually. So when it comes to relationships, I haven't had relationships since that. I've dated, I've seen other people, but it creates a level of boundary for myself in knowing exactly what I want, knowing exactly what I'm going to tolerate and what I won't tolerate. And, basically when I see things from the beginning, from jump, I'm like, I'm running. Oh no, he's a narcissist. Oh, he's so nope, no, thank you. A certain aesthetic that I want, a certain spirit that I want in a man now. Like I know exactly what I want, and I'm not going to settle for anything less.
I love that. I love that because you deserve that. And it's good that you've gotten to that space
Right.
where you can realize these, and seeing red flags and being aware of the red flags is incredibly important because a lot of people ignore them for the sake of love or for the sake of like hope or maybe in some cases desperation in some
Yes.
instances, because we
Yes.
know that there's a high number of Black women who are just alone, and some of them might be reaching for something and lowering the bar and the standards. So I want to applaud you for recognizing the red flags and being able to set the bar.
Yeah, and and with that, just piggybacking on what you're saying about Black women, whatever you want, whatever man you want, you can get. Period. And I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yep.
You put it out there, you make yourself available. He's there, you'll get it. Like you shouldn't have to second guess yourself. And I was one that used to second guess myself, or feeling that because I was a heavy set or plus size woman, I wouldn't be able to get what I wanted. So I used to settle. And now I don't, and dealing with this person made me realize that I don't have to settle anymore, or I don't have to go down the rabbit hole of being with someone that's less than me. I don't have to do that. So I'm amazing. And if you don't see that, on to the next.
I love that.
It's good.
Yeah.
So what was my question? Okay. So obviously you've gone through a bit of trauma with this. This is something that's affected you still, and you still kind of carry this with you. How deep do you go into this experience in the book? Is this like play by play? Do you kind of, obviously you change the names to protect the guilty, stuff like that. But as you're writing it, was it therapeutic? Was it like, this what happened to me this day or this week at the club? We gave me this. How was it writing the book?
Very therapeutic. And I will say that the book is loosely based on real life events. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Loosely. I am an actress, so I have a very vivid imagination. So the character Heather is based off of me, but it's not all factual. A lot of it is made up and loosely based off of what happened to me. But very therapeutic. I started writing it because my friend told me, Mara, you should journal like your thoughts, what you're feeling. And so I guess the breakup was Christmas Eve of 2020. And then I started journaling in January. And then I started writing the book in February.
Christmas Eve for a breakup.
That's so yeah, go ahead.
Wow, the timing of it all. Like that is major like cuffing season and like keep 'em season, about to get
cuffing season
colder.
And keep. Yep, because what happened is that I feel like he met me at a time where he had a girlfriend. I didn't know he had a girlfriend, but I think yeah. He had a girlfriend for like 4 or 5 years. I didn't know. You try to like look at people. First of all, you don't go looking for deceit and lies or someone going. I don't go to look for that stuff. But on his social media, you see his social media, and there was a picture of a young lady on there, and I don't think the picture alarmed me, because I knew that was his ex-girlfriend. But as you read the captions or the messages under the pictures, and they're recent, and it was maybe, I think I went to her page and I saw something that she wrote. I don't know, something triggered me to ask, is this your girlfriend? Because it seems like this might be your girlfriend. If it's your girlfriend, let me know. I don't date men that have women. I don't do that. Like, don't have me out here looking like a damn fool and you got a whole girlfriend. Like, don't do that. No, it's not my girlfriend. I haven't spoken to her in a year, and blah, blah, blah. All lies. That was his girlfriend. And I think maybe they were on the outs when he met me. or they were going through something. And so he used me for his supply until they got back together, which was around probably the holidays. Because catch this, she dropped him off at the airport to come visit me before Thanksgiving. So tacky, right? And you're wondering, well, how do you know this? So you know, the things we're on social media. I would watch her on social media, and she would have different pictures. And I remember a certain picture where she had on a certain outfit. And then later on down the line, she made a video, like a tribute video to him. And he was in that video with the same outfit she had on that I remember on this certain day. And he was sitting next to her in the car. And it was the same outfit that he had when he came to visit me. Like I remember, because I remember when he came out of the airport, it was like he had theme music, like the Computer Love, don't, that's how fine he was when he came out to the airport. Like his name was Sweet Dick Willie with them candy nuts. That's what I'm saying. So he came out like looking like that, right? And so I remembered it. And I just was like, this dude had a whole woman, unbeknownst to me. And it was crazy. I don't know where we started from. I went to the left, but yeah.
My goodness. Well, it all started with that whole Christmas Eve breakup. But
yeah, okay, yeah. So with Christmas Eve, because so we were on this. Long story short, I was, holding him accountable for his actions. Like, I need you to reciprocate what I'm giving you. Yeah, blah 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 blah. That was a problem. So much so that he was like, I don't think this is working. And he broke up with me. So on Christmas Eve, because we met on this live streaming app, I was able to go into his room where he was live streaming, and he was having a whole party, like after we had broke up, with like 2 other women in this room. They're on the screen, but you have to understand the platform to understand. But it was like a party, and we had just broke up. I'm over here crying, I'm distraught, and you're having a whole party. So to me, that was like, wait, what's going on here? So from there, I went into my room on the live streaming app and started talking to my followers. And one of his main followers, his number one follower and number one supporter, who also was supporting me and coming in my room, something in my spirit said, hey, ask her if you can talk to her offline. So I did. I called her, and that's when I found out that she was dating him before me, that they had been talking and having sexual encounters the whole time me and him had been talking, and everything that he did to me, he did to her. So that, yeah, Christmas Eve.
Right before Christmas. Like, oh my gosh.
It was terrible.
My heart aches for that.
Yeah. It was really, really devastating, because I cared for this person. I believed that everything he was saying was true, and it was all a lie. And when it's okay that it's not okay that it was all a lie, but once it's all a lie, and then you keep perpetuating the lie and keep doing your narcissistic tactics to keep, because I would have been done by Christmas of 2020. I would have been done.
Mm-hmm.
No. He keeps reeling you back in, calling and ghosting, love bombing, devaluing, discarding, gaslighting, repeat over and over and over again. Where you block numbers, you don't call, you don't say anything. He'll find a way to keep you in that cycle. And then this cycle went on to 2022. Yeah.
So now, are you posting any content? I know you have the book, but are you posting any content? Are you like, sounding the alarms and helping other women understand what some of these signs are and how to avoid being sucked into that trap or that cycle?
Yes, on Love Bombing the Book on Instagram, I have a whole series of videos and information that lets everyone know, or let me, because men can do this too, men and women, same thing. Letting everyone know, just spreading awareness about what love bombing is, how to see the signs, how to avoid it, what to look for, how to heal from it. Like, all of that is on my Instagram page, and I'm happy, and I'm so proud of myself for putting all that information out there, because when I was going through it, the Instagram influencers with narcissism or Facebook influencers on narcissism had been a tremendous help to get me through it, because reading all of, like, I used to get these quotes and these little like different things on Facebook from, I think her name is Maria Consiglio, Understanding the Narc. And she would have all of these postings, and I would just read them and save them and take pictures. And I'm telling you, I was like, this is what he was doing. Oh, it helped me out, because you literally think you're in a Twilight Zone, and you think you're crazy, you think you're losing your mind, and nobody can help you, nobody understands. Your friends and family will tell you, oh, just leave him alone, just go. And it doesn't work like that.
It's that part. It's where you really need the community around you, because you don't want to feel isolated, because I feel like that would probably drag you back into the cycle. So now
Yes.
you pulled back in because, oh, well, girl, I don't think you crazy. You know, I love you. You're the best thing ever.
Absolutely. 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 And that's exactly what happened. And, you know, it's just devastating. So I wouldn't wish this on any of my worst enemies. And there are a lot of narcissists out in the world. And a lot of times, you know, Black and brown people, we don't talk about it because of the shame, and we're embarrassed. And, you know, it's very daunting for me to even tell this story and to show people like my vulnerability. But I think it's important, because this shit was horrible. And I don't want nobody to go through this. It's horrible. It's terrible, you know?
Incredibly important. I'm so happy you're shining a light on it. And part of me in my mind relates this a little bit to, and tell me if it's a bad reference, y'all, but Kim and Kanye, I feel like he is like our ultimate shining light of narcissism. But if you had asked Kanye a year ago, he would have been all over the place talking about how Kim is the greatest thing that's ever walked this earth. And then suddenly he's, you know, he's got the tea from Get Out, and he's like, no, these people, they trying to get me.
Yeah, he is a total narcissist. So is Donald Trump.
Oh,
Clearly.
okay, but that's a whole.
Yeah, that's a whole.
Yeah, that's a whole.
That's a whole.
It's just Kanye really shows himself to be that, like, anytime he's tweeting or doing anything, you get this man a microphone and he's showing himself.
Yeah. And you know, narcissism takes self-absorbment to the 10th power. Like, they're very self-absorbed. They only care about themselves. Everything is about them. Everything needs to be about them. You can never solve a problem with them. If there's something wrong in their life, you can, you know, totally give them a solution to fix it. They'll find another problem to make another problem, to put it all back on them, to shine the light on them. It's terrible. It's just terrible. And you probably, because it's not only, narcissism doesn't just play itself in relationships, but you can have coworkers that are narcissists. Your parents could be narcissists. Your friends could be narcissists. So it's not just in relationships. And it's just best to know how to deal with them and how to move forward and steer clear of their path.
I love that.
Well, go ahead.
You gonna ask the question?
Oh, should I? Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
What's the variation?
We have a question that we asked. We have a question that we ask all of our guests. And as we wind down here, I would definitely like to get your perspective. But after this experience, everything in our lives, as long as we are failing forward, learning from whatever our mistakes or whatever happened in the past, we are on a path to success. So after this experience with this narcissist, after the therapeutic experience of writing the book, how are you a better person today after overcoming all of that?
I'm a better person today because I'm stronger. I know exactly who I am and what I want. And I am very cognizant of who I'm letting in my sphere and what type of energy I'm letting come around me. Before it was like, oh, I love everybody, give me a hug. No, now you got to go through a test before you can be in my space. And you know, everybody doesn't deserve the real you or you. Only people that love you the way that you love yourself deserve you. So that is what this has shown me, just to love me more than anybody else and keep those people that don't deserve my energy or my time away from me.
I love that.
Excellent. Thank you for one, telling your story, for two, writing this book and helping a multitude of people, letting people in on something they may not even know existed.
Right.
And it's important that it's said, especially when the sister's saying it. So thank you for writing that book, penning it, and helping many of us deal with, you know, we want love so bad that we'll take it in any fashion. So we have to be careful in how we get it. So we appreciate it. And hopefully you get the best when the time comes, the person who is worth your time and values you and makes you the happiest person in a relationship. Absolutely. We appreciate your time.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me. And this has just been a wonderful experience, like doing podcasts and just being here, being able to spread awareness and share the story, and hopefully it'll help somebody.
Yes. Well, I think that that's actually the word. I think that we have come to the conclusion that love is awareness.
Well done.
Yeah. Love is many things.
But this good love is Black.